ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Trading Manager for GDM. With today's outlook, starting with Bank of Japan, it kept its massive monetary stimulus program in place on Wednesday. As widely expected, of course, but analysts are still guessing for further action in the upcoming months on a backdrop of slowing inflation and normal economic growth. The BOJ does not seem to be fully convinced over the strength of the economy and its recovery. An 8-to-1 vote, the BOJ decided to maintain its pledge to increase base money or cash and deposits at the central bank at an annual pace of 80 trillion yen. That's about $671 billion throughout purchases of government bonds and risky assets. Now the yen, however, is unchanged at the moment versus the US dollar at 119.20. State-owned Japan Post Holdings has agreed to a 6.5 Australian billion to take over of Australia's biggest freight and logistics firm, Toll Holdings, as the Japanese financial giant embarks on an ambitious global expansion. Its plans to list on the share market this year as part of a bid to overcome a lending global logistic player. Now the deal also helped buy out the Australian dollar, which rose more than 1% against the yen overnight. In Europe, European stock index futures advanced on investor speculations that Greece and its euro area creditors may reach a compromise agreement on its bailout. Greece, of course, may request an extension of its loan agreement for 6 months, according, of course, to the people that are familiar with this matter. Such a move would ease a standoff with creditors over the country's future financing. The euro is unchanged at the moment at 1.1390 versus the US dollar. However, looking at the US interest rates will gain central attention today as US economic data and the release of the FOMC meeting minutes will bring to light when tightening might occur. In UK, however, the sterling is quite steady at the moment at 1.5350 before the Bank of England's interest rate decision, which comes out in about an hour time. In the commodity sector, we're looking at gold. It was trading near a 6-week low on Wednesday, that's today in the morning, as equities recovered on hopes Greece would patch together a deal with its creditors, while of course absence of major buyers from China also dragged on the metal. Now the metal eased 2.2% to 1206.86. Announced this morning it slumped to 1203.50 yesterday, its lowest since January 8, before closing down 1.8% due to higher stocks and technical selling. Chinese buying had been quite robust in the run-up to the holiday, when gold, of course, is bought for gift-giving, but sales are expected to taper off during and after the holiday. With the Shanghai Gold Stock Exchange closed, gold may be vulnerable to further selling pressure and is, of course, close to testing the psychological level at 1200 at the moment. Oil prices dipped today again after gaining more than 8% in yesterday's trading session, but of course trading was thin as several Asian countries started the Lunar New Year, which of course lasts for the rest of the week. The commodity is trading below the $54 a barrel level. And of course, the most important news for today, 9:30 Bank of England minutes and interest rate decision, at 13:30 and 14:15 housing starts, and of course industrial production with capacity utilization respectively for US. And of course 1900 the Federal Open Market Committee will have its minutes. That's all from me for today. Thanks for watching, and of course keep an eye, very close eye, at the economic calendar important events today. Thank you. Bye-bye.